Most of the world today is living aimlessly without any clarity, purpose, or fulfillment. The result of this unconscious lifestyle are the divisions, are the wars, and the poverty that we can see all around us. So, how can we live a conscious life with true purpose, clarity, and fulfillment? The answer to this is dharma. If we understand this one concept, we understand everything there is to this reality. And dharma is the core concept and the core aspect of Hinduism, and hence the name the Sanatana Dharma. And through the three sections of this video, we will understand the three aspects of dharma, and we will understand how we can make use of this knowledge to consciously craft a life for ourselves and create and live a life that we actually want to live. The Adhvaitha channel is about conscious living and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various spiritual teachings from ancient India to understand the nature of reality and to consciously create our lives. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel to help us spread this knowledge. Dharma is said to be the God's law, and dharma is what keeps this universe in order. This God's law prevails at every level of existence. Every life form on this planet has its own dharma. It is the law that governs its being. Dharma helps us live a righteous life, a life of fulfillment and purpose, and at the end it also helps us achieve liberation. So, in the first section of this video, let us understand the four types of dharma and let us understand dharma as responsibility. The first type of dharma is the Universal Dharma. This is called as Rita in Sanskrit, and this is the natural order of the universe, and this is the cosmic law. This is because of which the water flows downward and the earth revolves around the sun. This regulates and coordinates the operation of the universe, and this is the reason for the universe to be the way it is. This is why a rose flower blossoms in a rose plant and a jasmine flower in a jasmine plant. All of this is because of a universal order. This is Rita or the Universal Dharma. The second type of dharma is Social Dharma or Varna Dharma. Now, in ancient India, there were four parts within the society. These are the four different categories of people within the society. If we look at the modern world, most of modern world can still be segregated into four parts. One are Brahmanas, who are philosophers, who are free thinkers, who think about the nature of reality. These are Brahmanas. The second are Kshatriyas. These are today's soldiers, policemen, and leaders who take care of security and who take care of the leadership that is required to run a society. And third, there are Vaishyas. These are the businessmen and entrepreneurs who run their businesses and who sustain the society. And the fourth category of people are the Shudras. These are the workforce, these are the employees, these are the people who work at different levels within the society to keep the society going and to sustain the society. So each role is important for a society to sustain, and each role is important for a country to stay alive. And nowadays, although we are not born into any particular role as such, even now we choose a role for ourselves, professionally and socially. The concept of Varna Dharma, also known as Varnashrama Dharma, played a significant role in shaping the social and ethical structure of society. Now, there is a lot of misconception about the Varnashrama Dharma which was predominant in ancient India. This was never meant to be a discriminatory process. In fact, this was a very effective social structure. But later on, because of corruption and because of the misuse of power, this became a discriminatory aspect, and some sections of society which were in power began to exploit the others. But this system was based on many merits like social order and stability. Varna Dharma provided a framework for organizing society and maintaining social order. Each Varna had specific roles and responsibilities contributing to overall functioning of a stable society. Second, division of labor. The system facilitated the division of labor with each Varna specializing in particular occupations. This specialization was believed to contribute to the efficient functioning of the economy. Third, preservation of knowledge and tradition. There were no universities in every part of the country, but through these systems, the Brahmins as the priestly class were responsible for preserving and transmitting the knowledge, including the teachings of the rituals, cultural traditions, and the philosophical teachings like Upanishads, ensuring the continuity of the ancient wisdom and practices. And last but not the least, the system was intended to guide individuals in their spiritual and social development, with each Varna having a specific path for fulfilling their duties and progressing towards higher spiritual goals. And it was also structured in such a way that an ambitious individual can jump out of his class and become whatever he truly desires. We have many examples in ancient India, like the example of Valmiki Maharshi and Parashurama, who transcended their Varna Dharma and who practiced what they actually wanted to do in life. And third, there is what I call life cycle dharma or ashrama dharma. Within the ancient Hindu society, a lifespan of an individual was divided into 4 parts. At first, there was brahmacharya, which was between the age 12 to 24. This is the stage of intense learning about the nature of reality, about the nature of self. And this was the time to learn about various aspects of society and various specialized skills that one needs to have in order to survive in the society. And second, there was Grihastha. This is between the age group of 24 to 48. This is the time to have a family, to live a life of a family man, and to bear the responsibilities and roles within the society as a family unit. Third, there is Vanaprastha. This is the time to impart the experiences and knowledge to the younger generation and to turn toward the teachings of scriptures and a spiritual life. And fourth, there is Sannyasashrama, which is above 72, where one needs to make spiritual life their primary focus and go deep into the teachings of the ancient scriptures and live a spiritual life to attain liberation. This was how the life of an individual was systematically divided in ancient India. And this was how a man could live a fulfilled, purposeful life and experience all that he wants to experience. And at the end, he could understand the nature of reality, seek liberation, and ultimately have that liberation. Now, in each aspect of one's life, in each of these 4 ashramas, one has specific responsibilities and roles. This is his dharma during that period of time. This is ashrama dharma. And after this, there is swadharma. Swadharma is personal dharma. So, every individual is unique. He carries his own karma, he carries his own vasanas, because of which he has a unique personality. And based on our personality, we can choose a role for ourselves. We can choose a purpose for ourselves. We will discuss more about this in the next part of the video. But this is Swadharma. So, when we find out why we are on this planet, when we find out the work that we can carry out in this world, which is in congruence with our life experiences, with our karmas and vasanas, this becomes a profound purpose for our life. And through this, we can live a life of fulfillment. And this is Swadharma, the individual dharma. And the purest expression of these four dharmas is the Sanatana Dharma. In the second part of this video, let us discuss dharma as morality. Now, we discussed a lot in terms of how, during different stages of life and in different ways, dharma can be understood as responsibilities for each and every one of us. Now, dharma is also about morality and truth. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad at one place says, a man who speaks the truth, he speaks dharma. So the Upanishad equates truth to dharma here. And if we look at the social dharma, which was Varna dharma, or the life cycle dharma, or ashrama dharma, or even swadharma, in each of these places, we have moral obligations. We have moral duties to this universe and to this society. So, dharma is also about these moral duties. Now, in the third part of this video, let us talk about the important aspect of dharma, that is, dharma as purpose. Now, this is what we need to understand in order to live a life of absolute fulfillment and joy. We need to find a purpose for our life, and this is our swadharma. All of us carry a lot of karma within our system, and because of our karma, we have certain kinds of vasanas. These are deep seated tendencies which make us who we are. Because of our vasanas, we have a unique personalities. Because of our vasanas, we think certain kinds of thoughts and we feel certain kinds of emotions. Because of all this, we are what we are today. And we need to find a purpose, or we need to find a work to do in this world which is in congruence with our personality, with our karma, and with our vasanas. When we find such a purpose for our lives, our life will truly become profound. This is for most of us. And the Sanatana Dharma also teaches that even if we don't find a profound purpose, we can accept the place that we are at itself as a profound purpose for our life. Whether you are a homemaker, whether you are a professional, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you are doing, you can take that as your life's purpose. And you can take that as a profound purpose and take it as your swadharma and do absolute justice to it. And by doing this, we can begin to experience fulfillment. Now, for those of us who want to find a purpose for our life, and for those of us who want to find out what we truly want to do in this world, this is a simple formula that I follow. This is the formula of the 5 P's, which in turn shows us our purpose. If you are a professional or if you are an entrepreneur, this will be specially important to you. The first P is the personality. This is who you are. Whatever you do, it must be in congruence with who you are. It must be in alignment with who you are as a person. This is the personality. Second is passion. You need to be passionate about the thing that you wish to do. Third is proficiency. We need to be proficient and we need to be skillful. Even if this is not the case at the beginning, we need to work on ourselves to be proficient in the craft that we want to take up. And fourth is problem. We need to find a problem to which we can be a solution. Only then we can add value to this society. And fifth is profit. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are running a business, or if you are a professional, profit also becomes important to sustain your business and to grow your business. So when all these 5 P's come together, this becomes a purpose for our life. And this is what we can call Swadharma. And if one is not an entrepreneur or a professional, the first 4 P's are sufficient. The personality, the passion, the proficiency, and a problem to solve. These 4 can point you towards your purpose. Now, when we talk about purpose, it is also important to understand that every path leads to that absolute reality and God. So we should not be obsessed on finding a purpose, and one can also embrace their roles and responsibilities in society and in their family itself as a profound purpose and live accordingly. And through the understanding of Dharma and the principles of Dharma, we can begin to consciously create a life that is in congruence with our Swadharma, and we can begin to live a fulfilled life. Here it is very important to understand vasanas, vrittis, and karma to understand the nature of reality and the nature of destiny. And we had made an elaborate video on the concept of destiny to understand how we can consciously create our life. So if you're interested in this, check out this video next. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one. If you liked the video, check out this next and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you and welcome to our community.